Hi, I'm going to introduce my audience for my persuasive speech.
Hi, I'm Om.
Hi, I'm Parthi.
Hi, I'm Avi. Hi, my name is Janvi.
Okay, I'm going to start my presentation now. Did you know that chickens have been genetically modified to grow as big and as fast as possible, crippling their legs and organs? If you grew just as fast, you would be 348 pounds. Supermarket ground beef is also made from something called pink slime, where the beef is made from scraps used in dog food and sprayed with ammonia so it's safe for human consumption. Did you also know that 200 million chick murders are occurring every day? These baby chicks are ground alive in egg factories where they travel down a conveyor belt and male ones slide into a meat grinder where they are crushed to death. A slaughterhouse must kill 1,000 pigs hourly, which means that pigs aren't always stunned properly before entering the scalding mix. This means that their skin peels off in boiling water when they are conscious. The FDA guidelines state that ground beef, chicken nuggets, and tacos only have to be 35%, and then the other 65% can be chemicals, silicon peroxide, artificial flavoring, and meat glue. On top of all of this, worldwide, 842 million people are starving. But going vegetarian could stop the world hunger around us if livestock grain was given to the people instead. If this were to happen, 800 million people could be fed daily. Has anything I said to you made you want to stop eating a little bit of meat? Well, if not, I have more to say. There's an alternative to eating meat, and that is being a vegetarian. A vegetarian can be defined as someone who generally excludes meat, fish, and chicken from their diet and eat a variety of plant-based foods. Most vegetarian diets are rich in fiber and low in fat, especially the unhealthy saturated kind. Within this group, there are three types of vegetarians. Total vegetarians, or better known as vegans, exclude all kinds of meats and animal-based products such as milk, butter, and eggs. Lacto-vegetarians are also those who do not consume meat, chicken, and fish, but do allow milk and milk products. Lacto-ovo-vegetarians, on the other hand, are those who consume milk, milk products, and eggs, but exclude all types of meat. I'm actually that kind of vegetarian. Many people don't know that there's various options that fall under being a vegetarian. Being any type of these three vegetarians can make a huge difference in the world. There's actually a need to go vegetarian, and most people don't know that eating meat is simply bad for the environment. A recent United Nations report entitled Livestock's Long Shadow concludes that eating meat is one of the most significant contributions to the most serious environmental problems, at every scale from local to global. In just one example, eating meat causes almost 40% more greenhouse gas emissions than all the cars, trucks, and planes in the world combined. The report concludes that the meat industry should be a major policy focus when dealing with problems of land degradation, climate change and air pollution, water shortage and water pollution, and loss of biodiversity. Another reason is helping animals also helps the world go poor. While there's an ample amount and justified moral indignation about the diversion of 100 million tons of grains for biofuels, more than 7 times as much, 760 million tons, is fed to farmed animals so that people can eat meat. Is the diversion of crops to our cars a moral issue? Yes, but it's about 1/8 the issue that meat eating is. Eating meat supports cruelty to animals more than you think. Green pastures and idyllic barnyard scenes of years past are now distant memories. On today's factory farms, animals are crammed into thousands of filthy windowless sheds, wire cages, gestation crates, and other confinement systems. These animals will never raise families, rot in the soil, build nests, or do anything that is natural and important to them. They won't even get to feel the warmth of the sun on their backs or breathe fresh air until the day they are loaded into trucks onto the slaughtered house. Imagine if more people went vegetarian. A vegetarian diet can help alleviate world hunger. Over 10 pounds of plant protein are used to produce 1 pound of beef protein. If these grains were fed to humans instead of animals, more food would be available for 925 million people in chronic hunger worldwide. Research from Cornell University found that the grain used to feed U.S. livestock alone could feed 800 million people. Overgrazing livestock hurts the environment through soil compactation, erosion, and harm to native plants and animals. About 70% of the 11 western states are grazed by livestock. Grazing has been a factor in the listing of 171 species under the Endangered Species Act, and it has damaged 80% of streams and riparian areas for western United States. Abstaining from meat would help in restoration of the vast U.S. lands more naturally suited to provide the habitat for native plants and animals. A vegetarian diet needs lower greenhouse gas emissions, and greenhouse gas emissions are created by enteric fermentation, aka animal farts and burps, manure decomposition, and deforestation to make room for grazing animals and growing feed. According to the United States Food and Agriculture Organization, raising animals for food creates 18% of the global greenhouse gases, similar to the 14% I said this in the beginning, and which is more than the transportation sector. Producing a pound of hamburger meat contributes as much as greenhouse gas as driving a small car nearly 20 miles, and a pound of pork equals about 5 miles, and a pound of potatoes is only 0.34 miles. A June 2014 peer-reviewed study found that diets, including meat, cause the creation of up to 54% of greenhouse gas emissions than vegetarian diets. According to the United Nations Environment Program, a worldwide diet change away from animal products is necessary to stop the worst effects of global climate change. The takeaway from all of this is that if anyone wants to help save the planet, all they have to do is stop eating meat. That is the single most important thing you could do. It's staggering when you think about it. Vegetarianism takes care of so many things in one shot. It takes care of ecology, famine, and cruelty. Keep in mind next time that this does not need to be an immediate action, but changing your diet to all meat to very little meat goes a long way. Also keep in mind how much animal cruelty takes you when you eat your next hamburger, and hopefully you remember this entire speech I'm giving to you. Thank you very much for listening.